Backlash 2026. We back with another great PLE. This show had a lot of great matches. Filled with excitement. Saturday, May 9, 2026. Let's get right into it. Braun Breaker defeated Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins takes on former Vision cohort Braun Breaker in an intense grudge match. The unpredictable badass is back in a major way as he defeated Seth Rollins to kick off Backlash. Braun Breaker immediately went for a spear upon hearing the bell, but Rollins countered and beat him down in and out of the ring. The power of Breaker quickly turned the tides as he hit a terrifying suplex that sent Rollins tumbling over the top rope, signaling a significant shift in momentum. During his attack, Breaker began berating his former mentor, saying that he brought this assault on himself as numerous suplexes and clotheslines felled the former world heavyweight champion. The veteran savvy of the Visionary, combined with the hopeful cheers of the WWE Universe, propelled Rollins to counter a huge spear on the outside. The defiant Rollins blew a kiss to his former oracle, Paul Heyman, but it backfired as Breaker countered the ensuing stomp attempt into a military press gutbuster. Not even a buckle bomb could phase Breaker as he powered out of the corner with a massive lariat, forcing Rollins to recover on the outside. Seconds later, Breaker leveled his opponent with a flying clothesline from the apron. In vintage Rollins fashion, he met Breaker on the top rope and hit a ring-shaking superplex, but Breaker countered the following Falcon Arrow into one of his own in stunning fashion. During the back-and-forth action, Rollins countered a Frankensteiner and hit a pedigree and stomp. However, Rollins was soon forced to defend himself against World Tag Team Champions Austin Theory and Logan Paul, allowing Breaker enough time to recover. Somehow, Rollins kicked out of the spear and countered another into a pedigree, but his attempt at an avalanche stomp was met with a rib-cracking spear. Breaker followed with a mesmerizing torpedo spear to secure one of the biggest wins of his career. United States Champion Trick Williams defeated Sami Zayn. United States Champion Trick Williams takes on Sami Zayn in a highly personal fight at Backlash 2026, presented by Skyboard Invisible. The United States Championship remains with Trick Williams after an epic WrestleMania 42 rematch with Sami Zayn. The early goings belonged to Williams as he used his size to overwhelm the challenger, all while the WWE Universe serenaded him with "Whoop that trick" chants. Zayn became increasingly frustrated with the champion, even picking up the steel steps and threatening the champion with them. The match devolved into a slugfest, and the long legs of Williams provided some swift kicks. However, Zayn hit a picture-perfect Blue Thunder bomb to take control. What looked like a serious knee injury for Zayn turned out to be a ruse as he cracked Williams with the candy cane kendo stick, but it wasn't enough to regain the title. In some poetic payback, Lil Yachty smacked Zayn with the same kendo stick, but the cyclone boot from the champion couldn't end the match. Zayn turned his attention to Lil Yachty and destroyed him with the kendo stick before planting Williams with a DDT onto the steel steps. A hell of a kick to the rapper allowed Williams to hit a match-ending trick shot, kicking off a major celebration that saw Lil Yachty make it rain. Danhausen and Minihausen defeated The Miz and Kid Wilson. Danhausen and Minihausen battle The Miz and Kid Wilson, presented by Minute Maid. Danhausen and his clone, Minihausen, proved to be a formidable force as they took down The Miz and Kid Wilson in tag team action. Wilson determined that Minihausen was toxic and immediately booted him out of the ring, but the dominative superstar proved to be an electrifying competitor as his speed and athleticism kept his opponents off balance. After attempting to clone himself, Danhausen reveals that Minihausen is his tag team partner. Catch WWE action on the ESPN app, Netflix, USA Network, CW Network, Peacock, and more. Unfortunately for his team, Danhausen was sent face first into the steel ring post, leaving Minihausen on his own. The Miz and Wilson began controlling the bout and basked in their dominance, but they proved too arrogant when Minihausen hit a moonsault and tagged in Danhausen. After Kid Wilson shoves Minihausen back into the cloning machine, he accidentally unleashes a whole wave of extra Minihausens. Despite a lack of stamina, Danhausen took out the Miz and Wilson, but Wilson locked Minihausen in the cloning machine. Unfortunately for him, an army of Minihausens exited and swarmed the ring, causing mayhem in and around the squared circle. The Miz tried using a fire extinguisher, but his apparent curse made it backfire on himself and Wilson, allowing Danhausen to hit a pump kick on the A-lister to win the match. Io Sky defeated Asuka. Friends turned bitter enemies, Io Sky and Asuka duke it out at Backlash 2026. Io Sky conquered her former friend turned rival Asuka in an emotional matchup between two of the best in WWE. The reverence between the two superstars was only matched by their ferocity as Sky was determined to get payback on Asuka, but the striking of the Empress of Tomorrow became increasingly brutal. The genius of the Sky took a hellacious beating, but she finally countered her rival, only to collapse in a heap. Thanks to a raucous Tampa crowd, Sky powered up and hit a missile dropkick before nearly winning the match with a bullet train attack. Asuka's resilience was on full display as she caught Sky in an Asuka lock and later an armbar, but she couldn't cinch it in perfectly to make her Sky submit. The two superstars continued to trade strikes and took their fight to the outside and onto the announce table. Asuka even attempted to miss Sky, but the genius of the Sky grabbed Wade Barrett's notebook and blocked it to save herself. The action turned back to the ring, where Asuka locked in another Asuka lock, but Sky somehow withstood it and turned it into a near fall. With Asuka dazed, Sky scaled the top turnbuckle and hit an over-the moonsault to win the match, exercising her demons and finally overcoming her rival. After the match, an emotional Asuka embraced her longtime friend and foe before thanking the fans in attendance. John Cena announced the John Cena Classic. John Cena announces the John Cena Classic, a new event featuring WWE and NXT superstars to crown a new champion, where the WWE Universe's voice will be heard. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns defeated Jacob Fatu. World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns defends his title against family as he faces a desperate Jacob Fatu. Roman Reigns remains at the head of the table after defeating his cousin Jacob Fatu to retain the World Heavyweight Championship. The OTC questioned if the Samoan Werewolf was ready for a main event world title match, and he more than proved that he was, as he very quickly locked in the Tongan death grip. Reigns survived the initial flurry, but he quickly learned that it would take an unbelievable amount of damage to beat Fatu. A Superman punch barely phased the Samoan Werewolf as he kicked out at one, but a second one from the world champion caught the challenger clean and nearly ended the hellacious showdown. After World Heavyweight Champion Roman Reigns defeats Jacob Fatu, the Samoan Werewolf unleashes an unhinged attack on the tribal chief. Fatu refused to stay down and took the fight to the ringside area, powerbombing the OTC through the announce table. The challenger tried to capitalize inside the ring but was met with an incredible spear. Reigns got to his feet first, but his spear was countered into a stunning pop-up Samoan drop. Fatu's signature moonsault connected flush, but Reigns kicked out at the last possible second. Fatu finally locked in the Tongan death grip, but the OTC defied the odds and gouged at his cousin's eyes, breaking the hold and inadvertently downing the referee as well. Another attempt at the Tongan death grip enabled Reigns to rip off the turnbuckle cover. That wise move allowed the champion to send the challenger into it, breaking the hold and setting him up for one final spear. Moments after Backlash 2026 concludes, a seriously injured Roman Reigns states that Jacob Fatu doesn't belong here and that tonight is his last night in WWE. Catch WWE action on the ESPN app, Netflix, USA Network, CW Network, Peacock, and more. After the match, a furious Fatu attacked Reigns with the Tongan death grip and obliterated the referee with a pop-up Samoan drop, which forced numerous WWE officials to try to intervene. After locking Reigns in the Tongan death grip for an extended period, Fatu finally relented and held the World Heavyweight title over his downed family member. And that was another classic PLE. Backlash 2026, Saturday, May 9, 2026. Be sure to like and subscribe. And remember to have a very blessed day. Goodbye.